Welcome back to another episode of Last Minute Living. Now, believe it or not, we are not in WA. If I told you that Melbourne actually has beaches, some of you would probably laugh, but believe it or not, we're actually at one currently. I'm just walking through the shallows of Brighton Beach, which is probably about, half an hour south of Melbourne. In Melbourne for a week, have a wedding to attend on Sunday. Jafar from our Rot Nest episode is in fact getting married, so me and Lorne, who also come to Rotto, have come out here to have a look. We thought we'd come a bit earlier and check some things out as well. So this morning we're in St Kilda. We did a few bits and pieces around there, got a feed. Woke up a little bit late today because we flew in yesterday, but thought we'd get up, come down to St Kilda, have a look there, have a bit of look around Brighton Beach, which have the little bath shacks along the beach. So I'll put that in for you guys. Pretty famous in Australia, I suppose, and a good spot for all the tourists. But yeah, I've just been walking around the shallows, having a look at some starfish, black swan behind me, and yeah, pretty interesting. But their beaches definitely don't do justice to the ones that we've got over in Perth. So we'll be doing a few things over the next coming days, which will probably be in this video. We went through Luna Park. It was in fact closed because it's a weekday, but we're planning to come back maybe Sunday. So fingers crossed we can make it back for that. But if not, going to give you a little bit of a look around as to what we're getting up to in our time over here in Melbourne. So stay tuned for that, guys. But we're pretty much probably going to head back after this. We got some plans for the evening, so we'll probably be back tomorrow. We're going to check out a bit more of Melbourne CBD, so strap in for that. There's a few cool things, including museums, some little art galleries, and some graffiti streets, which are also pretty recognisable in Australia. So we're going to go around, check it out. We're thinking about going to Melbourne Jail. Now, that was where Ned Kelly was hung and imprisoned there. So yeah, it's going to be a lot going on, but hopefully you guys can stick around and enjoy what we get up to in Melbourne. Here in Brighton lays 82 bath houses. These were built in the early 1900s, located 13 k's south of Melbourne. They've been around for quite some time and are a pretty recognisable sight along the Melbourne coastline.
Rolling into day 2, it was time to hit the streets in Melbourne CBD.
We headed to Melbourne's graffiti lanes. Now, these are scattered throughout Melbourne, showcasing some pretty cool street art.
These graffiti lanes are constantly changing, which allows you to see different artwork every time you head to Melbourne. One lane in particular is called AC/DC Lane, which shows murals of a famously known Australian band AC/DC. This lane also features other music-inspired art and also leads onto another lane which you can take back to the main road. After going to a couple of gardens in Melbourne, we headed to Federation Square, where we were lucky enough to see an Indonesian fashion show. After getting an all-important Slurpee from 7-Eleven, we headed to Flinders Station. The next day there were more attractions. We took a trip underwater to Melbourne's Aquarium Sea Life. We headed to Melbourne's Museum and the Royal Exhibition Building, which is right next door. And this building is something to be proud of. Built in the 1800s, this building has hosted many of events, including Australia's first Parliament in 1901. We had a look around the Carlton Gardens, which is where the building is located. Then we headed to the old Melbourne Jail. For those who don't know, old Melbourne Jail was where Ned Kelly, the famous Australian bushranger, was hung. On arrival at the Melbourne Jail, you are offered a free app which will allow you to have a guided tour. Take your headphones or listen with a friend and hear the stories of the people that were held and hung here. Not one for technology, there is still plenty to read and see in each of the cells as you walk upstairs towards the top and experience what it was like to be held in one of these cells. One cool thing about Melbourne Jail is their prison simulation, which includes a bit of a mock arrest and they lock you in a cell for around 5 minutes. For an extra $5, it's probably worth the time. Unfortunately, we didn't do it as we had plenty of other things on that day. So guys, a bit of an abrupt end to Melbourne. Pretty much had to get up real early the next day for our flight. Made it back here in Perth. The weather's a hell of a lot better here. It was actually raining a lot in Melbourne on one of the couple of days there. So we were pretty lucky with the weather, but it did rain a little bit, which I didn't appreciate having to put a jumper on this morning when I flew back. But it is what it is. Like I said before, it's a bit hard filming in public situations because I don't want to ruin it for other people that are in certain attractions, but also it's a bit hard if people walk in, interrupt videos, so it's just a little bit easier for me to overdub that. So I hope that you guys actually enjoy that part of the video. Just a little bit of insight into what we did in Melbourne. We did plenty. Unfortunately, we didn't get to go to Luna Park. Just the times didn't really add up for us, so we had a lot of things on. I was catching up with a couple mates, we were catching up with our friends, we had the wedding, lots of things going on, but all in all, got to see a heap of Melbourne. Hopefully that can help you out with some spots to check out. We didn't do the MCG, a lot of you probably asking why we didn't. I've been there before, actually twice, really awesome. Maybe or maybe not, I'll go back and show you guys that, but better for you to experience it for yourself. Definitely recommend it. So if you're into your sport, they've got a museum, bits and pieces like that. Super enjoyable. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. What we're doing next week, I don't know, but we'll think of something anyway. We'll be out there doing something in and around Perth. So stay tuned for that, guys, and we will see you on the next episode. Catch you later. Thanks for all the support. See yous.